I'm logged on to Sage 300. I'll navigate to PO, purchase orders, PO transactions. A quick note here, the costs, when you're creating the additional costs, they are created by currency. So here I have the receipt value, which is 12, which was $12,000. Hi, if your company is involved in purchase of material from different countries and you're paying additional charges like air freight, customs duty, so on and so forth, and you would like to load those charges onto your cost of the inventory items, Sage 300 can let you do that very easily. Let's see how it works. I'm logged on to Sage 300 and navigate to PO, purchase orders, PO transactions. I want to record a PO purchase order entry first. I'll select my supplier. In this case, it is International MDF. My shipping location and billing location, which is my central warehouse, which is marked as number 1. I want to select the items that I'm procuring, buying from them. So let's say I want to select MDF and I am buying 1,000. I'm buying 1,000 units at a cost of, let's say, $12 per unit. Now I can quickly check the taxes over here. In this case, based on your country of operation, if I'm buying anything from another country, I have to record for reverse charge. Optional fields, whether the goods are imported through customs. Yes. The rates, it will be picked up. The rate will be picked up from your currency table. If you would like to change this or make any changes, you can do that at this stage. And then you can quickly check your total amounts. Once you have validated this, click the post button, print the purchase order if required by clicking on yes and selecting the required layout. I'll quickly jump on to the next step over here, which is receiving of goods. For this, I want to select the PO number. So I'll just directly click on the finder next to the PO number, select the PO number I'm using right now. I want to record a receipt against PO 7. All the information from the PO will be picked up automatically. Let's say I'm receiving all the items. Now in this particular example, I'll go to additional costs. I will select, for example, customs department, and I want to select the additional cost of customs duty over here. And then I can say that, okay, I'm paying customs duty of what amount and how it will be prorated onto the items cost. So I want to prorate this 600 based on the cost of different items I have. So if I have more than one line item, it will take the cost and divide it over those line items based on the values of each item. Similarly, I want to add another additional cost. Let's say that is my air shipments or from the provider of the air freight, and I want to select the additional cost of air freight. Now a quick note here, the costs, when you're creating the additional costs, they are created by currency. So when you're selecting a supplier which is with whom you're dealing in US dollars, you will only see those additional costs which have been created for USD currency. I'll select or enter the amount, and even this one here you can choose whether you want to prorate this by quantity, cost, weight, or you want to prorate it manually on different items. For ease of use, for now, for this example, I'm selecting prorated by cost. Once you have entered all this information, validate everything else in terms of exchange rates, total amounts and everything, and click on the post button. Once the posting is completed, you should see this message, which means posting is done properly. If you want to print the receipt or GRN, you can do that, or you can close this window. The next step is to record the invoices against such receipts. For that, you can select the invoice number. So let's say I have an invoice number which is INT, so on and so forth. Select the receipt against which you're recording these invoices, and all the item information will be picked up automatically. Invoice total is displayed over here. At the same time, you can validate the exchange rate, look at the totals, make sure everything is okay, and then click on the post button. This will record the invoice from the primary or the main supplier of the items. To record the invoices from the additional cost suppliers, you can enter the invoice number over here. Let's say you want to select the vendor. So for now I want to select Air Shipments Company, select the receipt number, and then for this particular receipt I don't see any item lines because I have recorded additional costs from the supplier. So I see the lines under the additional costs tab. Check everything is okay, all the totals are fine, click on the post button. Similarly, you can record the invoice for all the additional costs you have incurred and they will be updated into the system. Now very quickly, just to see the value and how it impacts your inventory, I'll navigate to stock control reports, item valuation. I will select one particular item which is for MDF. And I want to see the actual cost. So here I have the receipt value which is which was $12,000. Converted and everything, it became 46,506. So this is the receipt number 4 which I recorded, 46,000. So 12,000 at 3.6725 plus the additional costs, all of them getting added over to this particular value. If you want to see this in more detail, you can even look at the item movement report. Let's select one specific item for our example and click the print button. So now we can see that from receipt number 3 which was done earlier, this was the costing. The new receipt, this is the costing and this is the total costing, and this is my total quantity on hand at this stage, and this is the value of it. That's it. If you're planning to implement an ERP for your company, get in touch with us by visiting safecomputers.com or click on the link in the description to get more information. Thank you and have a nice day.